Hi, I'm Bart Hanson, the owner and operator of CrushLivePoker.com. The following hand comes from our call-in show that we record at 4:45 p.m. Pacific Time every Monday. If you want to call in your hand, check out the phone number in the description.
I'm actually sitting up here at Stone's about to play on a live stream again tonight, but this was in the Veronica and Friends game last week,
Okay.
which was a crazy 1-3 game. I know you've played in it. I went back and watched your videos, which were super helpful, so thanks.
Yeah, we have some full-length 1-3 videos up on YouTube that goes over the Stones hands. But 1-3 Stones is a match the cap, so it's really nice, or match the stack, so it's pretty nice.
Yeah, so this hand was actually after the stream stopped, but we're sitting about 1,400 effective.
Okay.
Which I'm not used to playing that deep in a 1-3 game, so it was kind of nice.
Yeah.
So everybody's pretty much straddling the 10 around the table, so I'm in the straddle.
Okay, so 1-10.
I've got 9-8 offsuit in the straddle. So there's one limp in MP1 from like a taggy semi-pro, a limp in the cutoff, who's going to be our villain, and she's pretty tight, straightforward.
Okay.
And then the small blind completes. So we go to the flop with $40 in there. I've got 9-8 off, and the flop comes King, Queen, Jack with 2 clubs. So I flopped the bottom end of it.
With King, Queen, Jack.
Lead out.
King, Queen, Jack, when you have 9-8, is not the bottom end of it.
Or 9-10,
Queen, Jack,
sorry.
Queen, Jack, 10?
King, Queen, Jack, I had 9-10, not 9-8.
9-10 off.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
So I've got 9-10, so I flopped the bottom end of King, Queen, Jack for the straight.
Uh-huh.
And 40 in the pot, I decided to lead out for 20.
Okay.
MP1 raises to 75 then. And then the cutoff raises to 225 over her. And it gets back around to me, which puts me kind of in a tricky spot. And it's a pretty short hand, like it's over here off the flop.
Do you remember what the flop distribution was of the suits?
There were 2 clubs. I don't remember. I think it was King and the Jack of clubs.
King and the Jack of clubs. I mean, I think at this point, yeah, it kind of is weird, right? Because if you don't play this deep, you don't really know, where. I mean, a couple things to take away from this. I talk about these limp pots where people will limp in with a lot of hands that they might otherwise raise without the straddle. But at the same time, I don't really see anybody limping in here with king, queens, or jack. So I sort of dismiss those hands. Obviously, the full combinations of ace 10 are in there. You have a 10 in your hand, so that means that there's 12 ace 10s left. Mid position could easily have 2 pair, king, queen, queen, jack. I think if you call, I think bet 3-betting is probably an overplay. But I would certainly call here and sort of see what develops. So cut off to 225.
Yeah, so I guess that's where I made the mistake, and that's where I wanted to get your feedback. Is I then bumped it to 500, figuring I could raise and then fold to a shove, and so MP1 folds. And
are you gonna really do that though? Are you gonna? So you made it. You 4-bet to 500, and now
4-bet to 500.
And now if she shoves, it's gonna be another what? Like only 900. The pot's gonna be like 511. What, like 2,900 to call, something like that? Did she end up shoving?
She shoved for 9. Yeah, like 9 and change more.
Mm-hmm.
And I started talking to her, asked her if she would run it twice, and she quickly said no, which I figured dismissed 2-pair or any kind of a huge flush draw, straight draw, combo draw, and figure, she doesn't have any kings, queens, or jacks in her range. I ended up flipping my hand over, and she just kind of shook her head, and so then
the other thing so do you have a club in your hand, by the way, within the 9-10 offsuit?
No.
The other thing that she could have, although it would be a really big overplay, would be like ace, the nut flush draw, like ace queen or ace 9 of clubs or something like that. But that's only a couple of combos. I just don't like
because
the 4-bet on the flop.
She's such a tight, straightforward player.
Yes. Yeah. So the pot is like it's like 1,000, 1,100. Yeah, so it's like 19,900 to call, or 2,900 to call, something like that. Is that right?
Yeah, and I figured I was probably just drawing dead if I called, so I ended up showing the 9-10 folded. I told her that ace-10 was good, and she showed it.
Okay.
which it was more of a, is my 4-bet good there, or do you just call and see a turn and
Yeah,
see
you
what she
can't.
does from there?
I wouldn't be doing a lot of four betting in a limped pot here when someone can have the full combinations of the higher straight out there
Yeah.
at this depth. I mean, I know it's 1-3-10, so it's a little bit deeper, but even still, like even if I was playing a regular 5-10 hand and I was in the big blind and I checked, and I bet out and it went raise 3-bet, yeah, I would call. Obviously, you didn't see the
Okay.
turn on the river, but a lot of things can sort of change, and you can sort of get a sense of somebody's strength by their sizing too, and like how the turn sort of comes up. Did you
Yeah,
say
if a
you had a
club comes or the board pairs or
yeah? Did you
something,
say
but
you had a club in your hand?
I did not have a club.
Yeah. Well, anyways, good laydown. Thanks for the call. Hey guys, if you like what you've seen here, please click on the subscribe button and you'll get notified every time we put up a new video. And if you want to check out crushlivepoker.com for the first month free, use the code YTA100. Click on the link right there.